Hello! I'm on. Let me just get this computer ready. How are we all? Hold on, I'm just letting it catch up with myself. How's my audio? Hello, 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 hello. The cameras are working today. I believe so. Yeah, you'll have to turn me up with the audio. Can you hear the trains in the background? How are we doing? Let's have a look. See if I can do anything with the audio. I might have the wrong camera. Hold on. That's not that one. Is that any better? How's that? That might ruin everything. Drum roll. One second, I'll catch you all up in a second. Drum roll. Let's have a look at where we are. Right, there we go. How are we looking? I'm just going to catch up with the comments. If I'm really quiet again, I apologise. I've got a loud train running, so it might cancel itself out. How are we looking? I don't think I can increase the audio at all. Let's see if I can. Oh, I can. This might ruin everything. How's that? You'll have to let me know. There we go. How's that looking? Is that better? Someone tell me if that's better. There we go. Oh, there we go. I tell you what, audio on this is terrible. It kind of works, it kind of doesn't work. I'm still using webcam mic, you see, so it's picking up all the sounds from around the layout. It's making me quiet now. Trying to pick up what is normally small noise from around the layout, so I'm trying to ruin that. Right, shall we catch up with the hellos? You'll have to say hello again. There's been so many comments. 110 of you watching me at the moment. Too many here. Right, let's have a look. So I want to start with James Thornton, hello. Cheeky, Comrade Junction, Effingham, Mario Bricks, Unlawful Gaming, James Thornton, Boy Bush, that's a good name. Peter C, Cheeky Promo, Sealand Central, hello. St Peter's Layout, hello. Tim, hello. Platform 20, hello. Fred Strains, hello. Train Spotting South East, hello. Peter C, hello. Richard, is there a point to this? Not really, just playing trains. Got nothing better to do. Could be standing out watching the marvellous. M-Trains Paul, hello, how are we doing? Let's skip to the front. There we go, you're all going nuts. I did have a small microphone, but I actually broke it last week. Which is annoying. It just didn't work with my computer, so it wouldn't be recognised by the software I'm using to do all these cameras in one go. It wouldn't be recognised, so I'm stuck with this one for the time being until payday, unless someone wants to give me one, of course. But hopefully we can tweak it to make it work, because all these webcams do have speakers on them, so just a case of getting used to the software, I suppose. London International, hello. Merlin Models, hello. South Junction, Kylie, hello. Linda, Napton Hill, hello. Spent all day with Napton Hill today. Fred's train runs in from behind the fiddle yard. You mean behind me, or behind the station. We're using completely different trains this week, so that's it. Jamie, hello. Cheeky promo, stop the trains, that make it a bit pointless, wouldn't it? Yeah. Let's have a look. How are we all doing? Nearly 142. Platform 20. Am I going to Worley? Am I ever? I've actually been asked by the Worley Club to go behind the scenes with Cotswold Junction, who is my moderator today, and we'll be there for, I think, 4 days or 3 days previous pre-show to film behind the scenes for you. So this channel is going to be swamped, of course, their channel, the Worley channel, and David's channel, swamped with Worley stuff. You're going to be bored to tears of it, but it's going to be absolutely amazing. There's going to be more on that, I think, on Friday for me. So I mean, that's really exciting stuff. I mean, no pressure, eh? But there's pretty much nothing you're going to miss on that one. I'm going to be bored to tears of all by the end of it, I tell you. I think other things, we're going to host a meet-up during the day with some of the, I suppose, YouTube faces you know and watch in the day, and of course you can just come and mingle and have a couple with us during the show. It's going to be, I suppose, there's so much going on, it's absolutely unbelievable, but you'll have to watch out for the video on that one. If you are going to Worley, make sure you go over to their channel, because you have the opportunity to win a ticket, and I think you have an opportunity to win a wagon. I might be mistaken on that, but they do a few offers, so you can take your child, I think it's under 15 or maybe under 9, I might be wrong, for £1 on the day, so that makes it cheap and cheerful if you can bear dragging them around for a day. The other one is if you book early, you get cheaper car park entry, so it's well worth doing that. So get over to the Worley channel, excuse me, on YouTube, and have a look at their video about that. Let's have a look. Let's have a link David's put in. Everyone covers me, David. Have a look. There we go. Blimey, loads of you commenting. Michelle, hello. I saw you today. I'm guessing. I hope you're not all watching it in the house. Michelle, North and Byron. Boy Bush, can I set more trains off? You've got 3 going, how many more do you want? What I might do in a bit, if it's still really noisy, I might turn the 2 to 1 that's going round off. Because that's, I'm noticing on the mic it's picking up the sound as it's going round. Let's have a look. Hi Aspects, hello, how are we doing? Just having a quick scroll back through the comments so I haven't missed anything. I'm obviously in front of you all, but in terms of the comments come in live to me. The screen on my screen, I don't, so I'm seeing behind the scenes. I'm seeing a time delay on my screen for everything else. So trying to keep up is fun with this on my own. Hopefully David's ahead of it. I expect I'm fine, actually, thank you very much. It's not as cold this week in the loft. I don't need my jacket today. I'm wearing my new Junction t-shirt. RS channel, hello. North is watching but can't talk. That makes a change, doesn't it? Salt Lake Junction, hello, how are we doing? YouTube won't let them join, it's blocked. Jamie, yes, the platforms are coming on. If anyone has noticed, it just looks like my station is suffering from the frost today. As you can see, which is below me, my platform canopies have now been sprayed white. They were the MDF colour, but I had to get them sprayed up in time for, I suppose, the winter coming, because my loft is freezing, and I think the MDF in the wetness would probably just puff up, to be honest. So they're now in white. Shannon Man, turn your speakers up. Platform 26, Junction's airload. The whole point of, I suppose, me and many other YouTubers going to Whalley, we'll all be branded up. Come say hello, we're all friendly people, we're all normal people. I'll probably be sitting down somewhere, but no, come say hello if you see us. That's what we're there for, we're just normal people. You might have to fight your way through my security. I'm joking, not really. North YouTube has a censor of, obviously. You might have a child's account, which is why you might not be able to watch me. Add some more cams around the line. You've got 3. Salt Lake Junction, are there any locals you're looking for at Whalley? Yes, there are. The Europhoenix isn't out by Whalley, which it should be, because it's weeks away. I will be looking for that. A Polis Class 70, if I can get one at the right price. Anything northern. I'd love a northern pacer, but anything northern DMU, that kind of thing. That'd be nice. In 30 seconds. What I'm going to do, I might ruin my camera here. Try not to. Just going to turn that off a second. Let's see how much I've ruined of that. Smash my head. Let's have a look. Excuse me 1 second. Just catching up with you all. Is that any better now the Voyager's off? Marcus, hello. My pillars look very well painted. Well, took a lot of time and skill to paint those, I can tell you. Learned from the best. How's Bradwell? Right, let's have a look. Excuse me 1 second, just catching up. What day will I be at Whalley? Well, the main day, I suppose, when it's open, I'll be there all day Saturday, possibly Sunday as well. But I'm going to be there, I believe, from Wednesday. But of course, it's only open to the public on the Saturday. We will be there for a meet-up at some point, which is being arranged closer to the day with the Whalley Club, of course. I'm hoping I can sneak off at some point to the Motorcycle Live as well, because that's also a passion of mine, so you've got to make use of your behind-the-scenes access while it's for free. So let's have a look. Sorry if I've probably just missed a load of comments. Let's just scroll back a little bit. Sealand Central, maybe run the 800. The 800 isn't here. That's currently on Napton Hills layout, believe it or not. Strewn about, I saw that earlier today actually. While building an O-gauge layout this afternoon. Jack Rumsey, my station looking quite impressive. Thank you very much. Let's have a look. The new junction looks better with more greenery. Yes, I'm hoping it does. I mean, the soil fitted for a bit, but it did need some work. As you can see, it just looks ever so slightly a different colour on camera. In reality, it actually blends in really well, but for some reason on the camera, I think it's because it's fresh grass, static grass, where the rest of the layout's slightly dusty. It just doesn't look like it blends in at all, but in reality it does. Let's have a look. Salt Lake Junction, I'll try and find you on Saturday. You've got a lot of people to try and find, I tell you. Elton Loveridge, the 170, it may be put into service in a minute. Oh, David Jones is the man with the information. Looking to the meet up at 12 o'clock apparently. I just follow his lead. While I'm thinking about it, if you, whenever you want, click on David Jones' name. I believe it was your last video, was it, David? It was the news and info about Wally. So if you wanted to find out a bit more, and it's before my video on the same subject's been released. So if you want to have early access to the information, go to his channel and have a look at his video, because it tells you all the details you need to know. Trains UK, hello. Sealand Central, what will be behind the station? Do you mean to the sort of right hand side of it, or directly behind it? Directly behind it is the end of the scene, so the station will go all the way up to the back wall at the back, as you're looking at it. To the right hand side of it is literally, I suppose, as I look at it, the back of the layout. So that's going to become a town scene. So in that sense, let's have a look. David our lead. I like the multi-screens by Weber. Yeah, it's alright. I was worried about the quality because to me on the software I'm using they're all full HD and whatnot, but by the time it comes through to YouTube it's ever so slightly scaled down a bit. But hopefully it's coming across well. It's a bit quiet with only one train running, but things to do for me audio. Ian Pearson, let's have a look. Do you think railway modelling is getting too expensive nowadays, with some locos costing well over £100? It's not appealing to new people trying to get into the hobby. What can be done about this? That is an extremely good question. One with probably many answers. Now, on the one side, you need new people in the hobby because you need a new market to the hobby. I suppose on the downside is all your retailers, your shops, your manufacturers, they're under pressure to earn a crust, particularly the retailers, especially the smaller ones, and the only way around that is to increase prices so you can increase margin to help pay for their overheads. I think the problem we've had, scarily, is we've gone through an era of being spoilt price-wise. So people like your manufacturers haven't really pushed the issue. Your box shifters have just sort of cut prices just to sell really, really quickly. And the problem is now they're probably all, well, they are all finding that it's not sustainable. So we're in a bit of a lull. In terms of a newbie to the hobby, unless you're, I mean, let's be fair, a new engine is a luxury item, very high-end luxury item, especially if you're spending £200 or £150 a month, plus the train behind it. So let's be fair, they are a treat. It's not an essential, it's not like bread. So people can have Lima models, the Lima option, second hand of course. You don't necessarily need brand new ones. So I know the most modelers I know will have drawers and drawers and drawers full of engines. I myself, being a relatively new modeler, don't have one. I think I counted the other day, I think I've got 12, 15 locos in total, which for someone with a relatively medium-sized layout is quite a low number, whereas you see some people, like I say, endless locos, but I simply couldn't afford it, so I have to sort of pick which ones are right for me and go with them. So I suppose the downside to expensive models is yes, I have the models I want, but I have less models. I won't just buy willy-nilly because they are a luxury item. But very good question. I'm sure in the comments you will slate me for that. It's all the fun. Give me 1 second. Strathmore, hello. Have I missed anyone? Danny Wooters, Know him very well, David. It's a knob. Excuse my French, people. We go way back, and yes, I am actually going bald. The light in this loft makes it look terrible. Oh my word! I'm actually 30 next Sunday, and I'm losing my hair. Ah, don't know what to do. How do I become a Worley member by Warrington Bank? That's a good question. I'm not sure. I think you just have to join the club in the normal way. To be fair, on that one. Oh, hi Matt Slade. Hello, how are we doing? Matt Slade at Jubilee Road. Are you going to Worley? That's a good question. I know of several YouTubers who are going to Worley. So I'd be interested to see if Matt Slade's going as well. I'm sure you've all seen Matt Slade at Jubilee Road. I think I've just said that. I'm losing the plot. Danny Woot is still cute, I know. I'm not allowed to do these live streams naked anymore. Let's see what I've caught up with. What do you all think to loco prices? Do you understand the price rises? Do you understand why they have to be higher for the retailer, etc.? Or do you think it's an outrage and they should be more affordable? And one thing as well, I think it's very bad of, say, someone like Hornby to sell direct to the public, because in effect you make the independent retailer and their costs pointless, because you could just bypass them. So in one respect, why is Hornby still a high price when they're selling against their retailers? It's a bit naughty. I wouldn't fancy being in that industry with my manufacturer selling against me, but that's why I tend to prefer Bachmann stance, for example, who support bricks and mortar stores. Let's have a look. Am I having a train party for my 30th? I wish. There's been a few things thrown around for that, but one of which was the Drive the Tornado. It was at, is it Neen Valley? That you could have a go on it with someone. I was tempted, but it's just been pulled out of service, unfortunately, so what can we do? That would be nice. Let's have a look what we're all saying about the cost. Brian Finn, do you know what the 2 green shades go on a class 47? I'm not, unfortunately. I don't know that. Someone here might know that. Oh, have a look. Have I run off the track? I am. There we go. You've all started putting real answers in. I've got to go through them and read them. James Thornton, the cost of manufacturing, yes. That of course has gone up. People in China, and rightly so, want a living wage for their work. I also I saw something ages ago which was saying, say a Lima steam engine in question on this video had 180 pieces to it, whereas the modern tool version had 380 pieces to it. And of course, in effect, they're doing double the work, but then of course you can't just double the cost of labour, because we couldn't afford it, especially if they want more, which is fair enough, because I mean I'm sure none of you will go to work tomorrow morning and ask your boss to put your wages down so you can so they can lower the price of your product. It just doesn't happen, does it? In this country they're cheap compared to Europe, certainly end scale where they can cost double. I didn't know that, Paul. I mean, that's I didn't make it really expensive. American locos are cheaper and sound fitted, so that's why I model it. Salt Lake Junction. I presume that's because the American market is massive. There's probably more of a market in one state than there is the entire UK for some things. I'd be interested to see the stats on that. That's probably why. Amory Junction, hello. Yes, I am. I'm going on Saturday. I'll be there from Thursday. The comments just jumped. Hold on, let's have a look. Icklebean, hello. Josh Kitching, hello. You like my class 67? Good. Train spotting Southeast. Am I getting Hatton's class 66? Now that's an interesting one, because I had Tom from Hatton's mention something is in the pipeline between Hattons and New Junction, so you have to watch this space on that one. Can't reveal too much just yet. He's one of their communications managers, I believe. Okay, I'm just about to start my new layout, and it will be my first attempt at DCC. I find it difficult knowing what older locos are easy to fit into chip, unless of course the box says DCC ready. You'd be surprised, Kane, how easy it is to chip a Lima model. I've done a video on doing that, and I'm sure many other people have done a better video. It's very simple. In effect, you've got your bogies going to your motors, positive and minus electrical currents. All you do is break into them and attach them to the chips. Easy. You just need a soldering iron, it'll probably take you 10 minutes when you get to the bottom of it. It's a very easy, cheap way to get yourself a DCC loco. Let's have a look. Train spot, you've ordered yourself 2 Hattons class, I presume it's meant to be 66s, GBR F1 and a DB1. Funnily enough, I did ask them if they're going to do the new orange Freightliner. He shrugged his shoulders at me, the Tom at Hattons, which was fun. I guess they're not. He said to me, they've done 32 liveries, why do I want 33rd? Let's have a look. I like transport, please send a link to DCC fitting. I can't send a link while I'm live, I don't believe. But someone might be able to throw one into the chat. But literally, when you're ready, you look through my videos or literally go to the search bar and search it. Everyone's got one. It's in my how-to section on my channel. It's like a little folder. How much are the Class 170s for Hornby? I'm not sure on the Hornby version. I saw a Bachmann one today, which was £99 for 3-car, which is the one I've got in the station, which is actually right below me on the camera as you look at it. Great Western Trains videos, hello, how are we doing? Matt Slade, oh, I need to post you all those. Ewan, I missed your comment, you'll have to put it again. I'm getting rather a few. What happens, you see, is because I'm getting so many comments, and the way YouTube streaming works, I'm obviously filming this slightly ahead of the comments coming through, so they tend to jump forward and I miss a load. Man United 1962, I hope they send me an advanced release too. That'd be very kind of them. Maybe not the plan of action, we'll never know, but we'll know soon enough. We'll see what they say. I know they work well with, they did the sort of, I can't remember what it was, the engineering prototype launch with Sam's Trains, and they had one of the guys there go down and do a live stream with him, and that seemed to be quite successful. My argument would be, is the audience the right audience? But they know what they're doing, I have no idea. I just literally sit in a computer, in front of a computer in the attic. For a new layout, would you recommend people install frogs or electro frogs? Depends what you're trying to do. Again, I just use electro frog just for ease. However, electrics is not my strong point, so the pros and cons to which completely depend on your track plan that you're planning. Have a look. Ewan, I lately found out my uncle Doug collects Hornby trains. He has all the limited editions, all the coaches, etc., and basically most of the trains. About 30k's worth he has. Fair enough. It's nice to know someone with a massive collection, because then you can borrow it, especially if you're doing it. North Joycey, I know, I can't sound me horn. Have a look. Matt would have had his engine back if I came to the Swanseas. You would have done. Andrew, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoy them. Richie, I saw Hattons have Dapple IPA super low wagons. in their sale. I was thinking of buying them. Are these recommended? Are they the same as the ones you have on your CO2 train? They're not the same ones. I mean, Hattons ones are Hattons ones. I did see those. There'd be nothing wrong with them, to be fair. They can be a bit finicky on points on corners. So you have to watch out. It depends on the complexity of your layout and how long you want the train. Mine, I suppose, do work well when they want to work well. Like where the Colas is going around, it'd go around there no problem at all. But of all the trains, if there's going to be a problem, it's always the container trains that start it off. Troll, hello. Orrington Bank, how many cameras are you using? Shall we all count them together? 1, 2, 3. I've probably done that the wrong way around actually now I've done that. Should be 1, 2, 3. Seems very much sure the video with Sam. Ooh, I'm skipping. Sorry for missing your comments, of course. Gowton Parkway is a brilliant channel. Yes, I've seen Ben's channel. It's really nice. Lots of original ideas there. William Stewart, hello. How are we doing? Can I run my intermodal train? No, not a chance. Not while I'm live. I would be absolutely asking for it. I've got to be right in the right place for that. Listen to Enya for about an hour beforehand as well to calm down. What do I think of Hornby's Class 800 with Paddington details? Is it worth waiting for the other pack if you don't like Paddington? I did see it. It's a collector's item at best. To be honest, it's literally the same as the first one, except quite literally there's Paddington on the doors. So unless that's really your thing, I don't think it's worth it personally. And I think when the new liveries for the 800 come out, if they ever get around to doing more, I have a feeling the prices of the green ones will go down. So it might be worth waiting if you've not got one. I have used the green one that featured briefly on my channel. There were a few problems with it. I think it had to go back once or twice in the end. There was a problem with one of the coaches and the lighting. And I know a few people have had issues, but the replacement now works fine, it's absolutely fine. My limited edition one, which is currently in the box because it's just the ends, I was tempted to buy one of the coach packs that's coming out for that Hornby are releasing, and actually stripping the paint off and painting the grey because it's the test train, so it's probably the easiest thing to start with that. Let's have a look. I'm well behind. Dragon Junction, hello, how are we doing? I've got a small engaged Scottish layout. Does anyone have any good ideas for scenery? Scottish scenery would be quite good, to be fair. Was that too easy? David, I'm planning a small end-to-end layout, but wanting the best DCC sound would include 08s, 20s and perhaps 37s. What sound chips would you recommend? To be fair, the Hornby 08, although a tad tinny, the actual sound file is very nice. 20s, I had the Batman sound fitted 20s before, with the Batman sound, and again, fine. 37s, they really like a mega bass speaker because it's the sort of sound file you want with that. But I mean, I generally go with your personal preference because everyone has a different idea on it. Obviously, if you were to suddenly go Lego Man Bitvo or something like that, you add another 100 quid to the loco, so it's got to be worth it. And some locos I think are worth it, and some aren't for the Lego Man. John Barker, hello. Let's have a look. If I buy stuff at Worley, do I put it on a test track? No, generally not. Just buy it and trust it. Probably shouldn't. Let's have a look. BNSF, hello, hello. Marcus, how is Ezra? Hope he's doing alright. Changing his napkin. Josh, how much was my East Midlands HST? Oddly, I didn't actually buy that. I swapped that for my... I had an original liveried HST set, full set, and I swapped it for the East Midlands HST, the Class 170, and the Class 221, which is stopped somewhere on the layout. So I actually swapped the trains for that. So it was a 3 for 1, which I thought was quite a good deal, to be honest. It's only just started to squeal. Richard Gregory, hello, how are we doing? Am I well behind? Strathmore, hello, how are we doing, Anne? I'm just catching up. Marcus, am I putting him to sleep well? I see you have my local bottom left corner. Which one? Flying Scotsman, class 67. Poli, hey. Oh, Colin. Forcing me to do all these horrible jobs. The station canteenery. I really don't know what to do with it. I think I'm going to try and use David Watson's idea from Dean Park Station, where he made his own to span 3 tracks. Now, I think if I remember rightly, he either built his own or ripped up some DAPL stuff. I really don't want to do it because it's just one of them jobs. I'm such a millennial, I just don't want to do anything. It's tedious, so I really don't want to do it. I know it needs doing, but I think that's the one I'll do. Shannon Man, hello, I can hear you better on my iPad. I have also changed the order, I've turned one of the trains up as well. It's a bit of an odd live stream, you've got one train doing the loop. Michelle, thank you very much, it's coming on the station. It's actually quite grand in the flesh, you'll have to come and see it one day. Leave North at home. Would I get a Class 156 in the East Midlands Trains livery? I prefer a Northern one. I keep seeing the East Midlands Trains one, thinking no I won't because I'll buy a Northern one, but the Northern ones are never there. Let's have a look. Andrew, greetings from New York City area. It's a bit of a trek, isn't it? Rob, thank you very much. Good to have you along. Sure, we know that electrics is one of your hates in the hobby. What's your favourite part of the hobby? I think, to be honest, it's got to be the community side of it. The fact that, I suppose, normally, although we're all in the same hobby, it'd normally be a struggle to come together. But through the advent of Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and all them things, you can actually get to meet other people and steal people's ideas, things like that. And I just love that bit. It used to be a relatively antisocial hobby for the most part, unless you're in a club. Through social media, it's just made it common knowledge, and you'd be surprised how many people, especially in my day-to-day working life, who I've known for years, who I didn't know were into trains, who are all of a sudden into trains because of they've seen my channel and whatnot, and they go, "Oh, I've got a layout," and you think you'd have never spoken about it. So the community things is quite good. That's probably my favourite part. I do like having a man cave in my loft though, that is nice. New Brent Junction, hello, how we doing? Get all your locos running. They do slowly. William, looks almost like Newcastle. It was based on Newcastle, ever so slightly. Before, when I was younger, I had a model railway. I had a N-gauge railway when I was about 12, and since then, I've had nothing until literally 2 years ago when I thought I'd build a new junction. So I'm not a very experienced model by any means. And I thought the station side, I wanted to try my luck at I suppose a bit more a bit more custom, a bit more DIY, and I based it on Newcastle Central. I also used to live there as well. Do you know how much the Class 222 East Midlands trains are? Oh, that's a good question. I've not. They can go for silly money. I've seen them. I was offered by a dealer silly money as well for my 221, but I didn't know you could get a 222 actually. I know you can get the stickers for them. I may be completely wrong there. Let's have a look. Oh, the comments have jumped again. North saw Anthony's wall. Your wall looks good. I know what he means. Anthony, Strathmore Road Junction has a channel. In the new update, he's building a tunnel with a new wall. But the comment out of context just makes North sound quite boring. Harrison Hart, hello. Harrison Hart, bye. Andrew, been enjoying the WWS stuff. Thanks for the tip. You're very welcome. Don't forget, I've got a discount code, so if you want, I think it's 15% off anything scenic wise. For my viewers, they gave me and my viewers a discount code. So I don't earn anything from that. They just gave me that and said, if you're using our stuff, you might as well have a discount and give it out. So worth it. Oh yes, Matt Slade, you used Track Magic once and never used it again. I can't remember what happened. What did it do to your track? I've heard 50-50 feedback on Track Magic. I did speak to one person who said it melted their plastic rails as well. Now, I use Track Magic to clean my layout probably monthly. I don't have any problems with it. However, I literally just stick it in my Dapol track cleaner and let it go around. But I can't remember what was wrong with yours, Matt. You'll have to let us know. Michelle, any plans for a water feature? Not in this loft. In hindsight, I should have built my layout. I've said this. The scenic side, or all of it to be fair, but the scenic side is very flat. And in a perfect world, I'd have the track slightly raised, so it'd give me room for roads and tunnels and water. Ooh. My locos had no traction after using Track Magic. Ooh. Marcus, the code is, I believe, capital letters NJFB18, I believe. You have to check my previous videos on it. It is in the description. That's interesting. I wonder why Track Magic left your locos with no traction. That's a bit weird. Ooh. Would I ever do a continental rail tour? Potentially. Do you mean me going around or locos coming here? To be fair. Can't say that, Paul. Isopropyl, I can't say it at all. I'm not going to try it. I've seen people use that, to be fair. Anthony, you've used my code, good. Josh Kitchen, I've got an East Midlands Trains 153 at home. Can I also get a Class 156, 158 for my track in the East Midlands Trains livery? I presume so. And that's one for Google, that is, Josh. Common Road Junction, hello. I'm okay. Getting a bit chilly now though. Let me have a swig of me drink while I'm here. It is here somewhere. Oh, try not to drop it on myself. In my trusty network YouTube mug. Just have a quick sip. Continental locos coming here. Someone wants to send me them, I'll run them. May not get them back pretty quickly, as Matt Slade will tell you, but back on the layout. Yeah, I love my network YouTube book. I even got the one that was the right way around, David. Let's have a look. Colin Smith, Colchester International is raised up, so I have proposed have a proposed river to do. First time I've done water. How are you doing that, Colin? Are you going to use paint on texture or realistic water, something like that? That'd be interesting to know. Matt Slade, I can bring you a Continental Loco. You do have a few. I think Matt Slade, you've probably got one of the biggest collections of the YouTubers I know of. I think I've decided it's between you and Graham at Lakeside who has the most. I've got a sneaky suspicion it's going to be Matt Slade. ISO Pro Pill. There you go. Thanks, Paul. Let's have a look. No water on the suburban Glasgow routes, going underground. Ooh. Unless it floods, of course. Eaton Road, you're very welcome. Mainline thought, I was thinking of making an exhibition layout based on steam sheds and has a turntable and wanted to know your thoughts. Do whatever you want, it's your layout. Don't let anyone tell you what to do. Simple as that. There'll always be someone better, there'll always be someone worse. But Rollicker used methylated spirits in the 80s to clean the track, not just generally. Colin, looking at resin, wood and scenic stuff, comes in a complete kit. I've seen I think is it Simon Shed who's just done the Severn Valley, and he's got a big river under a big bridge, and that's starting to look really really nice, really convincing, to be fair. I'm enjoying that. Let's have a look. I like transport. You can't buy 222s. I thought you couldn't. I have seen someone's made one, because I've actually spoken to them about making me one in East Midlands Trains livery. It's a 221 which has been basically chopped up, and you can also buy. They're almost like what's the word? Stickers for the entire loco, which is basically a 222 wrap that you wrap around them. Some would say it works well, some would say it just ruins a nice loco, but obviously they're slightly different shapes, so it doesn't quite work, but the stickers are a cheap option if you wanted to do it. Let's have a look. Happened at the exhibition centre in Anderson twice, I presume you mean flooding. Man United recently followed your video on how to fit a TTS Hornby Class 67 chip to it, I presume. Really appreciate the help, you're very welcome. Honestly, they're easy peasy to fit. And the reason I did the video, obviously, is because you have to desolder the chip to be able to fit the wires through to put the speaker on the bottom of the engine. Which is a tad naughty because a lot of people don't have a soldering iron. And then where do you stand on warranties, etc., if you were to have an accident while soldering? Let's have a look. Sorry, I'm just skipping comments, just jumped again. Trollbuster, any clubs in the southwest Bristol way would like to join a club, as I don't have any space for a layout, but would love to build one. If no one knows anything here, there's bound to be Facebook groups, or again Google is your friend for that kind of thing. But, no, a club is a really good idea, especially if you can climb up. You can also join a club. A club is a good idea if you, for example, I want to do O gauge. I've got nowhere for O gauge, and I can't afford O gauge en masse. So if I joined a local O gauge club, I only have to buy an engine, and then of course you can go down there and have the social part with that. So that'd be quite nice. Josh, can I get 142 Pacers for my track? I haven't seen any, have you? You can get Pacers, yeah, in all the liveries. The northern ones are like rocking horse poo, though. Let's have a look. Well, I do a how to do So look, will I do a how to do water? I've done a track cleaning video at Eaton Road with my Dapple track cleaner. I'm not going to do one with a CMX purely because I don't need one, and it's just not worth me buying one for annoyingly a 10-minute video. But yeah, I'm not going to be buying one. Jim Taylor, thank you very much, it's very kind of you. Effingham, if you want to see models with water in it, Luke Towan, yeah, absolutely. The Scenic King. North, what O-gauge engine would I buy? Blimey, that's an endless list. I think if I was to do a O-gauge layout, I'd have to be realistic and have to be small, and also understand that the companies don't do as many engines and genres and eras as double O and N-gauge, for example. So I would probably stick to a heritage line. I really like the look of the Hatton's Flying Scotsman in O-gauge that's coming out. I think it's Helgen which are releasing the Class 37 as well, which is about to land, and the Dapple 08s are about to get a modern livery set, so loads of them are coming out and they're going to be in more newer liveries. I think there's a DB one which I wouldn't mind. My local heritage site has one. Matt Slade, Hornby did do the 142s, and yes, Rail Track do them. I saw one today actually. I went to the Burton Model Railway show. James Thornton, I've got a Northern Pacer, they ain't cheap. How much do you want for it? Go on. Can't find one anywhere. I've been to Spalding as well a few years ago, brilliant. I didn't go to Spalding, I went to Burton today. Trains at York, hello. Let's have a look. Michelle, I prefer the larger trains, said every woman ever. I like transport. Do you still have the 08? It's somewhere dotted around. I tend not to use all my locos in all my videos because you get bored of them very quickly, so I like to rotate them. As some of you do know, I do sort of enlarge the fleet at New Junction, film them all, and then sell off half the fleet so I can buy newer stuff, just to keep it a bit fresher for you. Trains UK My Layout is based on Nottingham, is in Nottingham Station, or just Nottingham in general, or the Great Central Nottingham branch. So many things in Nottingham. How much are the Dapple cleaner wagons? I got mine for I think about £50 on eBay, but yeah, as David said, they can be quite dear. They can be about 80 quid. Well worth it though. I mean, especially if you've got a lot of track. A track rubber is good, or you can do something like Track Magic, dare I say it, with the brush, but just leaving the train going with a wagon's perfect. Strathmore, yeah, £70 upwards, yeah. Very kind of you, Rollercam. It's definitely coming on. I think on the next live stream I'm going to change the angles of the cameras. So we've had, I'm going to find a quieter train as well. So we've had the New Junction corner and New Junction station twice now. So I think what I'm going to do is find new places. Obviously we've got the heritage line, and of course we've got the entire rest of the layout on the scenic side. Get some fast running shots, especially if I can sort the sound out, that'd be good. Michelle, I like York Station. Funnily enough, the York Station's on the East Coast Main Line, and all the bigger stations look fairly similar. Mine's obviously Newcastle, a bit further up, but very similar. A lot of the features are almost identical. James Thornton, you can have the Pacer on me, Richard. I'll bring it to the Waverley show. If only, I wish. Someone let me borrow one just for a video. I think I'll do a running session with the Toby's theme off Thomas the Tank Engine. BHHO, you missed it all. Unfortunately, I'm still having microphone problems, so I'm leaving it at just the 37 because it just distorts the camera and the microphone, so it makes me too quiet and you can't really hear me. It's probably bad now still, but Colin, never used the Dapple track cleaner but thinking of getting one. What are the pros and cons? I suppose you could say the pros are it does what it says on the tin. I find the Hoover feature works very well. It also has a spinning slot which holds the Hoover, but you can swap it for a pad or a sort of slightly it's like 1000 grip sandpaper, and it just grinds up the track. Some people would argue that that scratches it and then lets your track dirty up quicker. However, I literally don't use that at all. Sometimes I use the Hoover, which surprisingly gets so much stuff up. I thought it was a bit of a gimmick, but that works very well. But I use it mainly just to let Track Magic drip onto the track as it's going around, and that works really well. Marcus, right, going to have to go. Got to have a cheeky half hour messing around with Bradwell's point. Hopefully that's going well for you. Don't let it spill over. Garton Partwell, Partway, or Ben as I like to call him, is doing a new layout called Bradwell's Point. That's going to be nice. James Thornton, you're not joking. I don't really use it. I don't want to shout that. I'll take it off your hand, no problem at all. Let me borrow it. How's that? Send me a message on the Facebook page. Warrington Bank, I am seeing your messages. I'm just working my way through them. I also think I need one of those camera cars to go around the layout. I saw, I think it was on American channel, someone had a Bluetooth one which they linked to their computer, so on the live stream it had one of the cameras was the train going round. I thought that was amazing. Obviously an American layout, traditionally they tend to be massive and worth doing that, whereas mine would be a bit samey, but let's have a look. New Durham Junction, hello, how are we doing? Why's your name twice? Matt Slade, you've got too much red brick on your layout. You need to spice it up and have something else, something more original. Anthony Shipman, did you try using mirror glass behind the station? No, I've not tried that yet. Oh, give me a chance. You lot want results, don't you? What think I'm going to try and do, I mean, I've been having a look at lots of photos and things of the station I'm modelling based off, and I think that's going to be a stone wall. Is probably the best thing. The mirror idea works well. The problem with it, of course, is if you see where the arch meets the back scenery, if that was a mirror, in theory the mirror image would go on, but the canopy wouldn't, so you almost need to draw a line there and have a scenic break. And of course that will also lend itself to coming forward, because the track is almost at a diagonal on the board, so 2 foot in front there's space, buildings and things, so they almost need to have a wall off that, if that makes any sense to you. Let's have a look. James, thank you very much. William Stewart, who likes Glasgow's famous yellow panelling? I've not seen that actually, I'm not sure. New Junction, you should make an exhibition layout and do a series on it. Then I'd have to cart it round. I have enough trouble making this layout, I tell you. No, if you want to see a good series or channel on building an exhibition layout, David Jones, Cotsmore Junction, who is my moderator this evening, thank you very much. If you subscribe to him and follow his series, just like myself, I have weekly videos normally building New Junction. He has weekly videos building his exhibition layout, so if you want to see how that's done, it works very well. It's very simple, of course, but works extremely well, and of course it's not as straightforward as you'd think. There's lots of other things you have to think about. presumably, particularly when you've got to move your layout. But no, I went to his open day, open house with a couple of layouts a couple of weeks ago, and that was really nice. But it's very tempting. Kev, you've asked the question. Any news on the Bachmann Euro Phoenix 37? Oh, imminent was the word. I asked my local shop, and it should have been 2 weeks ago. I did speak to Bachmann a couple of weeks ago. I went down to their headquarters, and they said it's en route, and they'll give me all the jargon on how it takes so long and whatnot. But it should have been here, so fingers crossed this week. Whether it will be or not, it's now, obviously it's late anyway, but it's now late. But for a model that has apparently left China to come to the UK, so imminent. David Howe has a webcam truck. Yes, I've seen that. It's really good. I'm not sure if you can do it a normal webcam truck, if you can connect it to a live stream or not, because obviously the webcam I think that David's got has a memory card in it, and then you have to download the footage. So I suppose I could pre-record it and play one of my sections as that, but that's a minefield. I don't think my computer would handle that, to be honest. What makes are the construction houses, and were they kit? They're not a kit, they're literally out the box. They're a Bachmann kit, they are. Amory Junction, I've done it on my channel, exhibition layout, yeah, that's good. So again, another one. Richard, lots of time and effort. What do you get from this? I suppose the live stream thing, a lot of people want to see me, I suppose, and talk to me and ask me questions, and it's the easiest way. It's funny, I was saying this to someone earlier. I must get around 250, 300 questions a week from my videos, and I try to answer every one. And by doing these live streams, obviously not for everyone, but by doing these live streams you can ask them, and it's just easy to answer them, and it ticks a lot of boxes. And of course I get to meet a lot of you guys, and sort of get through the conversation. You get the vibe of what people like, what people don't like, and so forth. But unfortunately, money restricts the updates, so I can't. I've got to wait for a payday to come round, so I can't do nothing else but updates. And I like this, to be honest. It's very similar to the day job, so it's nice to do it for a hobby as well. New Junction, do you watch Railcam? No, but I have seen some of the relevant clips to me. To be fair, I don't sit and watch that, but so again, it's not my thing really. I like transport. Bye, thank you very much. James, what's going to be on the station side, buildings or just scenery? No, the station is going to be based in the heart of the city centre, and I'm going to be kit building lots of buildings to go as you're looking at it on the right hand side, coming forward. So the entire scene will be encased almost in a city centre scene, so very modern image. So and that should come together very quickly once the canopy has got to a certain point. I'm literally just waiting for a delivery to arrive. All personal preference, absolutely. Rickerton, hello, how are we doing? If I'm doing Newcastle, you need something ScotRail, I do. Can you get the Class 800 in LNER livery? No, you can't. Typical. North Sea in a bit. I'm going to go in a minute, because we've been on for an hour and 5 minutes. There's been over 100 of you watching for an hour. That's stunning as always. Someone likes these. Matt Slade, I'm seeing the real Euro Phoenix 37 on Tuesday. You have to film that, sit that on your channel, Matt. That'll be good. Trains at York, yes I am going to Worley. For everyone else, I will be at Worley. I'll be there behind the scenes Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I believe, filming with my moderator David, Cotswold Junction, and we're going to be working with the Worley Club to bring you all the behind the scenes goodies. And then we'll be there on the Saturday, and there'll be a YouTubers meetup at 12 o'clock on the Saturday, so you have to look out for us then. You have to come say hello, which will be interesting. I'm looking forward to meeting some of the other YouTubers. We've all got to go and have a march on the Hornby stand and make them do a Class 91. Rob, will I be placing a back scene on the right of the station? No, not this time. I'm hoping to cover it all in with something, whether it be buildings and whatnot. But the whole idea for the station side of the layout was, same again, to test my skill set and just see if I can create a layout using just kit-built stuff without the need to purchase pre-built things or pre-made things, if that makes any sense. Nanny, will I get a Deltic? At some point I want one. Tomative, hello. The Growler, good night. Right, has anyone got any last questions for me before I go? It's been an hour, it's starting to get freezing. Before I go, one thing you have to do, as you've seen on my mug, not my face, my actual mug. If those of you who remember, I'm on the network YouTube map. Now, some time ago, that was the current trend. I'm glad to say the creator of that, who is, funnily enough, my moderator, has decided to redo the map. So the map is now open for new members, so you can basically have your model railway on there as a station. So for example, New Junction is on the Newcastle slot on the network. All you have to do to join it is literally join the Facebook page, which is Network YouTube, if you want, and then you can add yourself to the map and David will put you on it. So I'm sure there'll be a link coming shortly, but that's going to be fun and games. The last one was great fun. People like Everard Junction are on it, Dean Park Station, Graham at Lakeside, etc. All the names. It's really nice to just be part of it, and of course then you get linked running sessions which come with that, so really good. Right, let's have a look, Daniel, how will the track laying scene evolve? There's going to be so much more detail coming to that. I'm just waiting for equipment. I'd like one of those track cranes. I've also got a a nice episode coming where I convert bolster wagons into the Network Rail Salmons, you see. So that's coming soon. That's one to watch, and of course that will enhance the scene because that's the train for it. Follow the new track. There we go. David's put the link in the chat now. Make sure you check that out. New group. Oh yes, I should say that. Sorry, David. Spaces are limited. I think there's about, is it 150 of them? William Stewart, yes. I am in touch with people who are going to respray my Mark IV coaches into the Virgin livery. So there you go, 150 spaces on the new map. So make sure you join the club and you get on that. I hope I've got my space, David. That's got me thinking. Right, I'm going to say thank you very much everyone for joining. It's been another cold hour and 10 minutes, but thank you very much for joining. I will try and endeavour to get the sound sorted for next time, but it's let me down every time. So thank you very much as ever for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.